All right, welcome everyone here to the Crawley Center at Lafayette Jefferson High School as we get ready for this semi-state matchup between Kouts and Monroe Central. Hi everybody, I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here today, Drew Mawson, Kenny Barnhart, and as always, the Hall of Famer Earl Reinland. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network with this audio broadcast on YouTube here today.
Yep, so what you're going to see, we're just going to update this scoreboard live what we can, and but yeah, we cannot do video, so just a little different than what we've had to done throughout the season, but just giving you a heads up, this is what you're going to see for this and the next game.
So two teams coming in. Kouts 23-4 on the year, a team that's opponents' records 317 to 336 from their opponents. They are favored in this game by 3, but a group that's winners out of their 7 of their last 9, number 16 in the state in offensive average and 23rd in margin of victory. You look at them averaging just shy of 70 points a game, allowing 51, but coming out of that Porter County Conference, 6-1 on the year, and for them, 12-3 on the road. So a battle-tested team, a team that's improved from 12-12 a season ago. Monroe Central coming in 19-6, but a team that is on fire as of late, winning 9 out of their last 10, and the average margin down the stretch is 28 points a game from their opponents. A team that's 19-6, 7-2 in their conference this year, but perfect in sectional play and 10-6 on the road. Drew, you talk about semi-state. You talk about the atmosphere. Of course, you up the ante. I mean, this is what you want to see. Great teams in this position here, and I think it's what we're going to see today.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get 4 really good teams to go together, in a semi-state in the new format, it's going to be a rocking day. You know, we got 3 good games today. The stands are going to be filled, and students are going to be going crazy.
And Kouts, this is a team that, just a couple years removed from making a trip to Indianapolis. I mean, head coach Kevin Duzan in his 10th year, 173 wins for him, 216 in 15 years. But he's got some guys in Lucas Kleckner averaging 17 points a game. The kid shoots 47% from beyond the arc and leads the team in 112 assists. This team here can move the basketball, but they can score at will.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Coach Duzan's known for, is getting the ball up and down the floor as quick as they can and taking a lot of threes and getting the pace up and down. And he does a good job, and we're going to see a fast-paced game for sure.
And they got some size there. Of course, they got a 6'9", senior in Adam Lundquist. He doesn't play a lot, but when he's on the floor, I mean, his length. But you see other guys really stretching the floor, and another guy I really like is the freshman, William Miller. This young man has just been impressive to watch. He moves really well. 6-foot freshman, but this kid just plays lights out. I mean, leading just right there with averaging 81 two-point attempts to drop on the year, but he gets those 3 points. But this is a guy, 245 points in his freshman year. That's something really special to see for a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that he gets the game mentally, and he's doing things the right way and the way Coach Duzan wants it done. It's just credit to him for putting the time in and getting better, as he grew up, and he's was kind of built for this moment, it seems like.
And then you got Elijah Harper, number 54. You'll see him battle underneath. This young man, why he may stand at 6'2", he plays like he's a 6'7" forward. He throws his weight around, knows how to play underneath. He's got great footwork, a guy that averages 12 points a game and just a little over 7 rebounds a game. You see him kind of shooting right there. But this young man is really special underneath for this Mustang basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at him, he looks like an offensive lineman, and he's just going to run through a brick wall for one of his teammates. And, yeah, I can only imagine, the physicality that he's going to play down low against the Golden Bears today. And
the Golden Bears, speaking of them, you got guys like Easton Foster coming in, has averaged a double-double, 16 points and 12 rebounds in that game against Daleville, but the last 4 games he's had 16 points or more. This Monroe Central team, I think, is really lethal over here because they're getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what every coach wants, is your team to be playing your best come March, and it seems the Golden Bears have figured it out, and they're doing they're playing really good right now, and hopefully they can continue it this morning.
And for them, they got guys that are all over the place that can really play well. Tayshawn Beatty, another one that, last game he had shot 75% from the field, 18 points and 7 rebounds. He's a big dude, but, 6'3", junior, he's going to have his hands full down there with Elijah Harper. That matchup's going to be a lot of fun to watch underneath.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving going on between those two guys, and it's going to be, the alpha male is going to come out on top, and we're going to see that battle. It's going to be fun.
And the Golden Bears also have another freshman that I really liked watching him, Luke Morgan. This young man leads the team as far as in your attempts and points per. I mean, averages 11 points a game. Another guy, 77% from the free throw line, coming in today just 8 points shy of 300 points on the year. Another freshman we're going to see in this. I mean, we got a few games today where there's a lot of talented freshmen on the floor.
Yeah, and that's just fun to see. It's fun to see some youth playing with some experienced kids, to just kind of see how they molded together as the year went on. And, yeah, like you said, that Morgan kid, he's shooting 38% from 3 on the year for a freshman. That's pretty big time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see him play against the freshman on Kouts' team this morning.
And he's clutched the free throw line, and that for me, the free throws really kind of speak loud here. You got two teams today, and especially this first matchup, both are 67% from the free throw line. So fouling isn't always going to be the greatest option because those guys, they're going to hit every time they hit the charity stripe.
Yeah, if you can make free throws at this point in the season, you're going to put yourself in a really good position to win a basketball game.
And you see things kind of change up. I mean, as a coach, obviously down there coaching Culver, you coach with Triton. Played with Triton. But for you as a coach, what kind of things are these coaches are they changing things up? Are they going to keep things the same? What kind of adjustments do they make coming to a game like this?
Yeah, I think, both of them are probably just trying to get a little bit better at what they do. They might make minor adjustments to guard this player or that player a little bit depending on their tendencies. But I think once you get to the semi-state level, it's just about going out, putting your best foot forward, doing things that you want to do the best you can, and that usually puts teams in the best position to be successful.
And you got two coaches with a combined 36 years of head coaching experience here in the state of Indiana. Of course, Brian Lean in his first year as head coach, you see the 19 wins, but he came from a team where, I believe in the same conference, where he put up quite a bit of wins, and he was real successful there at Blue River.
Yeah, both coaches have been, battle tested. They've been through the ringer. Both been very successful in the state tournament, and that just shows, with the way their kids play. They're both well-coached teams, and they play hard and they do things the right way, and that's just a credit to the coaches and their staffs.
Now, if you're Kouts today coming in, you're this Golden Bears team. They're on fire. They're playing extremely well. Like I said, a 28-point differential down the stretch here. What kind of things are you going to look to do to kind of shut down that Golden Bear attack?
I think for Coach Duzan, he wants that pick up that tempo and get the Golden Bears wound up quick and early in the game, and I think that'll get Kouts going the right direction. I'm sure that's what Coach Duzan's preaching to his team here when they go in the locker room in a couple minutes. Just try to get that tempo up and try to get the Golden Bears rattled early.
And Coach Leon on the other side, obviously tempo is going to be, I think, is going to be the real just the elephant in the room in this first game. Is if Monroe Central can control the tempo and help make Kouts slow down and play their game, it gives them a heck of a chance to win this ball game.
Yeah, and it's kind of the opposite of what Kouts wants to do. The Monroe Central is going to come down and they're going to work the ball, try to get a really good shot, dribble drives type offense. And so, yeah, it'll be fun to see two different types of basketball being played in the same game and, who's going to come out on top.
So basically it comes down to, when you get in this moment here, it comes down to being the now. You can't control what's happened earlier in the season. Everybody comes in, Kenny, it's your favorite thing to say. It's a fresh slate today.
Yes, it's fresh slate. And that also, like I said, time and time again, you get into this tournament environment. You got the teams that it clicks, everything works, and you got the teams that's had spectacular effort throughout the whole season, and you get into this environment and something just didn't happen right to start. Take for instance, if anybody will happen to watch that Jimtown game last week, did not expect Jimtown to come out and just put in a defense and just set the tone for that game for them so they could basically cruise throughout the rest of that game. So you could still have that come into this type of environment for today.
And we were talking yesterday, these morning games might feel a little bit different than what you're going to see this evening, where you've got teams that are amped up for this game where you're going to have just a little bit of rest before you play a second game. I think you're going to see two really good brands of basketball here in these first two games.
Yeah, you're going to have these guys that understand, don't worry about tonight's game. You got to get there. So don't hold things back. Don't even think about tonight. Get what it takes to get done in this first game of the day, then regroup afterwards and go from there, hopefully then for the night to make that victorious.
And like we said, today for both our broadcasts, Limner Oil is located in the heart of Triton community for nearly 80 years. Limner Oil provides quality premium diesel fuels for your farm, construction sites, or on the road. Limner Oil gas station is open 24/7 with the use of a credit card or a Limner Oil card. When you fill up with Limner's, you're fueling up with a leader, and for them, congratulations to the Triton Trojans and finish strong. Of course, appreciate their support as always, and they fueled the man van up to get here today. So,
yep, and they've been out and fueled us all up at the farm, and we're all ready for this spring.
We got to give them their shot. Drew.
Yep,
that's the only place I go for fuel. So,
well, when I drive a Tesla, I don't get a whole lot of fuel, so I just take the energy from my house and fill up my car every night.
So you're thinking what, RMC or NIPSCO? Which one?
Yeah, NIPSCO. I appreciate you supplying my house with electricity so I can charge my car up overnight and leave every morning with a full, tank of energy.
Full tank of energy. There you go. Full batteries are always good. So we're a little over 5 minutes away. We'll play some commercials, and we'll be back for the starting line, the national anthem and the starting lineups. And after that, we'll be back for the tip right here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of high school sports.
When they remember learning life lessons is more important than winning.
When they keep athletic events fun and positive for everyone.
That's what being a champion of high school sports is all about.
Whether you're a parent, fan, coach, official, administrator, or broadcaster, we all have a role to play in championing high school sports.
Thank you for supporting our schools, our communities, and our student athletes.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the mission of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is preserving the second classroom. This is your IHSAA.
Did you know Indiana has a critical shortage of high school referees?
It's causing our games to be canceled or understaffed, and we need your help. I'm Greer Swaim from Fishers High School.
And I'm Cooper Allen from Shenandoah High School. We need you so we can keep playing our favorite sports.
So our opportunities to learn aren't limited.
So our experience in high school sports is everything it should be.
With your help, we can make sure we have enough officials for every game.
And student athletes around the state always have the chance to grow through high school sports.
Are you game? Sign up as a high school official in your community today.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. High school sports can't happen without high school officials. Help us fill an urgent need in our state so games aren't canceled or understaffed. Visit ihsaa.org to become an official today. This is protecting high school sports. This is serving your community. This is your IHSAA.
What's one of the best ways for students to learn the value of teamwork?
By participating in high school sports. I'm Jace Martin from North Harrison High School.
And I'm Danae Klein from South Putnam High School. Playing high school sports means being a part of something bigger than myself.
I love working together with my teammates towards a common goal.
It keeps me accountable, knowing my team is depending on me.
It reminds me to prioritize the team's success over my own.
Because it's about we, not me, and that's an important lesson to learn, on the field and in life.
As teammates, we train together, we push each other, and we represent our school together. That bonds us forever.
We're a team, and that means we're in this together.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. You can be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is the power of teamwork. This is coming together as one. This is your IHSAA.
We love playing high school sports because we get to compete and have fun with our friends.
We've also learned skills we'll need for the rest of our lives. I'm Sawyer Tittman from Fort Wayne Snyder High School.
And I'm Pierce Darrington from Floyd Central High School. It takes discipline and commitment to put in the work every practice.
It takes focus and determination to make the right play when the game is on the line.
It takes resilience and humility to find ways to improve after a tough loss.
What better way to learn these life skills than by playing high school sports?
Where we have coaches who mentor us, teammates who become our best friends, memories we'll never forget.
And important life lessons ingrained in us forever.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Be a champion of high school sports by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing character for life. This is what education-based athletics are all about. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to the Crawley Center, Lafayette Jeff High School, a site of this today's first game of semi-state. As we're about 30 seconds away from Monroe Central, the Golden Bears are going to be wearing their white jerseys, gold numbers outlined in black with a Jordan brand sponsor on them. Kouts will be wearing their black jerseys, gold letters with the Under Armour sponsor on the Mustangs jerseys here. We're in about 10 seconds. We're going to turn it over to PA announcers here for today's game. I believe the national anthem will be sung as well. So we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. As both sides get ready to put our starting lineups out there for both sides, as the Monroe Golden Bears will announce their starters here. Luke Morgan, the 6-foot freshman, will be starting with Justice Olem, number 2, 5'10", senior. Number 20, Jackson Conkle, the 5'9", junior, will be out there as well with number 23, Easton Foster, the 6'5", senior. And for them, rounding out their starting 5, number 24, Carter Duncan, 6-foot senior. And for the Kouts Mustangs, for their starters, we'll have number 3, Lucas Kleckner, a 5'8", junior. Number 22, Ryan Rosnowski, the 5'11", senior, with Jesse Overholt, number 30, 6'1", junior. Landon Garrett, number 32, a 6'2", junior. And then Elijah Harper, another 6'2", junior. A lot of 6'2" juniors there in that starting lineup, Drew.
Yeah, the Kouts Mustangs, they're a big team, and like I said, they're going to get up and down quick today.
So we do want to appreciate the Lafayette Jefferson Athletic Department for setting us up, making sure everything was all squared away. We got set up in a hurry. Very good drive this morning. It was a little different for us because we usually go a different direction going south. Drew's used to coming down here, but we're not.
Yep, that little bit had a little bit of a western curve to it.
Yeah,
we're over here in God's country. So
well, no. Hey,
you guys keep that in mind.
Well, God's country, but I mean, you have to. You got the well. Of course, we come from the cathedral and the cornfield. Is that what somebody said from Fort Wayne?
Yep.
So,
for the trench. So yeah, they're just getting through here for their lineups here.
We would do the PA announcer, but just don't have a good way to pick them up. So
yeah, we're even having a little hard time understanding them. So we're just doing it a little bit different this way.
Although national anthem was really good. That was really good national anthem. She did an outstanding job. Would you put that in there, please? Thank you. Of course, got Rita and Balin behind us.
Yep.
Everybody got all settled in, so.
Rita asked me if I felt any different today because I don't have a camera in my hand.
Well, yeah, I mean, you seem a little more relaxed.
Yeah,
well, it is nice to enjoy it for once.
Well, he did eat before, so you don't have to give Orion a Snickers. He didn't turn into like those commercials where he turned into somebody different.
Eddie White or something over here.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. There's sometimes Zaza Gabor could be when he could slap somebody. I'm just telling you. There's times when the computer is threatening to get a attitude adjustment. So
you've seen the other side of me this week.
I did. Well, I guess we could get our house cleaning done. I mean, well, you want to say that for the next broadcast because people in Bourbon would probably appreciate Orion's Caden Eisendever in his garage this week. So that was always fun stuff. But you know, we covered this Kouts team a few years ago, yes. Kenny. Without that, and that game, of course, was spectacular. I mean, we got to see with that game. I mean, you guys got to see it. I couldn't be there for it.
Yes, but still, the fans, when I remember coming in, they traveled extremely well, was right there.
Straight shot down 30.
And right with that team the whole way through. And, you know, they had a great following with that team coming.
Oh, and we've called a lot of their games for when we've seen them in volleyball for regional or girls basketball, got to call them. I mean, this Kouts team travels really well in Monroe Central, Drew. I mean, they do all right. It's pretty full up there, all right, all the way up to the ceiling.
Yeah, there's a lot of Golden Bears here, that's for sure.
Everybody traveling well. Clinton Prairie, their fans are still kind of trickling in. Triton. So we got some blue over there to our left.
Yep, and they had their big caravan left this morning. We was down here before they left, but
there was no fire trucks for us.
Nope.
We let them back we let them back last week, but we weren't let out this week.
Well, if we would have asked, we probably would have gave us an escort.
Well, about 6 o'clock in the morning going through Bourbon, I don't think we're going to wake everybody up too soon. As the starters, they changed it up, so Tayshawn Beatty's going to start. So they must have had that wrong on the – so who did they start instead?
Well, let's see who we got out. Make sure out
here. They didn't start him. Ours are right. IHSA's are wrong.
Yep. So everybody got all their lineups done, getting everybody squared away around the circle, getting their team little huddles. And
final instructions is the two sides went into the center circle as Landon Garrett and Easton Foster, the two big men, get ready to square off. Final instructions inside the center circle as both sides final fist bump. Justice Olam talking to his offense on the far side of the floor away from us. Ball's up, and the Mustangs control the tip. They'll work left to right. Kleckner now with the basketball up top the key, closely guarded there by Morgan. Down into the big man, Harper. He goes the left hand up off the window. Banks open, and the Mustangs strike first.
Man, I love to see that. Get the ball inside on that first possession there by the Mustangs.
Jackson Conkle with the basketball now up top the key. Will leave it for Foster. He's out near that half-court line as he works to the right wing. He'll try to drive into the corner, now to the elbow. Kicks it outside. He's got Duncan. Swings it to Olam in the near side corner. It's Morgan now on the left wing. Swings it right. He's got Conkle. Conkle with a little bit of a slow step there. A little hesitation as he goes to Duncan top the key, and now to Morgan here on the left wing. The freshman takes him off the dribble. Pull-up jumper from the right. Elbows up off. Bank is closed. And rebound there to Elijah Harper. He'll push the ball quickly up the floor to Kleckner, who comes right up the middle. At the top of the key, guarded by Morgan. Works it to the right side now as we'll get it back underneath, and just a little bit of a bobble, and the Golden Bears come away. The Morgan will push and transition. He's on the left wing, gives it to Carter Duncan. Has a one-handed three-pointer, but this young man can shoot from the outside. Look at Foster, the fancy dribble, who's on the right side. Pull-up jump from the right side of the lane, off the front iron, no good, and the Bears' lid still sealed tight. And just like Drew said, Kouts pushing the ball in transition as Rosnowski gets it outside to Kleckner, top of the key. Onto the left side, they'll go to Overholt on the left wing. Up on top, he's got a man freed up. It's going to be Garrett for three. Off the mark, no good. Foster with the rebound. Now the senior's going to push transition, puts on the brakes, works it to the free throw line. Now he drives inside the lane, up with the runner, up off the window, and good. The Golden Bears showing they can run the full court as well, Drew.
I guess both teams are going to push the pace here early.
Rosnowski with the basketball. Pull-up jumper from inside the free throw line. No good. Knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say it went off of Elijah Harper. And the Golden Bears take back over. Justice Olam talking to Conkle there before this ball is inbounded. And now he'll bring it to the floor slowly. Brian Lean talking to his offense, trying to get him figured out. Very vocal from his coach's box here to our right. Foster on the right wing now. He'll drive the lane. From the baseline, swings out, no look, pass it, Duncan. He'll fire a three on the way. Off the mark, no good. And look at Foster with the rebound off the offensive board. Goes up, draws the foul. I think we're going to get a travel call.
One too many steps there.
And that was a good job by the Kouts defense to kind of get a body in there and really kind of make him shuffle those feet.
Yeah, they rotated over well and cut off that spin move that he tried to do there, and that was good defense there by Kouts.
Lucas Kleckner now will leave it for Rosnowski. He'll set the play in motion. He'll roll left, hands off to Kleckner outside the three-point line, now to the right wing. He'll go to Overholt. Up top, the key goes to Garrett. Now he'll spot for a left wing. Three on the way, off the mark, no good. Foster trying to corral it. Doesn't touch it. Wise move there, lets it go out of bounds, and the Golden Bears get to reset with the basketball.
Both teams struggling to find their rhythm here early.
Is that just more of a morning game thing, or things just kind of?
I think it's just a big game kind of feel. You know, you want to be perfect when you come out, and kids are just struggling to do that here.
Kleckner takes away, but Morgan, the freshman, does the same thing. Leads it to Foster back in the corner. The Bears on the attack again. Morgan will try a corner three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound there belongs to Rosnowski. He'll tip it to Kleckner. Down underneath. Blocked by Foster. And Easton Foster, good track down there underneath on the baseline. Blocks it away. Olam now in the near side corner. He'll try from the left side and can't get the friendly roll. And underneath all by himself is Harper. But he forces it up the floor and up for Rosnowski, up and in.
There's that Kouts forcing up the floor there that I've been talking about all morning.
Jackson Conkle now with the basketball. He'll cross the half-court line. Up the middle he goes. At the top key now he'll try the dribble drive. Good hop step through the middle, up and in. That knots it up at 4. 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. The Mustangs now with the basketball. Kleckner goes to Rosnowski on the right wing outside the three-point line. He'll work it. Now it goes underneath now to Elijah Harper. On the side of the lane, up off the window. Banks open.
That's a big-time move for Harper. I'd keep giving him the ball if I was Kouts. There's nobody in there that can guard him right now.
Like you said, he's a big dude. Looks like he plays offensive line, but nimble footwork underneath.
Yeah, he had great, good fake and turn and good shot.
Olam gets it down the left wing for the Golden Bears, up on top to Morgan. Thought about the three from the logo. Now he's going to try the dribble drive, but look at Kleckner with the active hands. Morgan fakes it left, but now he goes left. Olam by himself for three. Off the mark, no good. Rebound there, Elijah Harper. Kleckner now in a hurry. The Mustangs will push in the forecourt. Can't get it to drop in. Morgan with the rebound. Luke Morgan up the floor to Olam. He'll put the dribble drive. What a move underneath. And the Golden Bears knot it right back up at 6. And our first timeout of the game for the Golden Bears, and they'll take a 30-second timeout.
It was only a matter of time until somebody called a timeout. Typically in these big games, kids get winded pretty quick just because their adrenaline's flowing, and coaches like to call a timeout early to get their guys their second win.
And if you're either side's coach right now, nobody really has the momentum just yet, but a good spot for a timeout.
Yeah, like I said, just let their guys catch their breath, set up a set or change your defense here in the timeout just to try to catch the opponent off guard, and we'll see what Kouts comes out in here.
But biggest thing, shooting there, pretty much even shots going up, misses about the same. Neither one can get that three-pointers to go, and turnovers and those steals pretty even. So
and a combined 0 of 6 from beyond the arc for both sides. We're going to have our first substitution of the game as number 50, Tayshawn Beatty will check in for the Golden Bears. Lineup unchanged for the Kouts Mustangs. They still are rolling with their starting 5. Kleckner now with the basketball for the Mustangs. He brings up the floor. He'll stand on the logo at center court as he works it left. Beatty got a piece of that one, knocks it away. Elijah Harper was the intended target. And now the Mustangs will have to inbound in front of the Clinton Prairie fans across the way from us, opposite side of the scorer's table. Rosnowski, but Tayshawn Beatty, substitute. He's only been in for about 30 seconds, and the young man has made an impact defensively.
Yeah, just as we expected, that battle down low, Beatty and Harper, it's going to be a fun one to watch here.
And he's a pretty good-sized guy, but he's just getting foot work, and he's just getting where he needs to be.
On the far side, Overholt. Up top, the key now to Kleckner. Kleckner guarded by Morgan. He'll work it to Rosnowski outside the three-point line. He drives, hands it off to Overholt. Garrett swings it on over to Kleckner. He'll try the dribble drive. Left elbow jumper up and good. And Conkle and the Golden Bears back on the attack. They trail by 2. Olam now goes to Conkle. He tries the dribble drive, kicks it out to the left side. Morgan, corner 3. Count it!
First 3 to drop for either team.
Off a nice, pretty assist from Conkle. Rosnowski throws it, but Foster saves it, goes into the stands. Beatty up the floor to Olam in the full court, puts on the brakes, and it's good. And the Golden Bears extend their lead to 3. Big timeout, and the Golden Bears are responding quickly on a 5-2 run since that timeout. Kleckner up top of the key, works it to the right wing to Overholt. Overholt with the basketball up on top. He'll go to Harper. Garrett goes to Kleckner in the corner and knocked away. Easton Foster on the left block knocks it away. And now the Kouts Mustangs will make their first substitutions as William Miller, the 6-foot freshman, checking in, as will Caden Spagna, the 5'10 senior wearing number 14. As that'll take, I believe, Overholt, and I think Garrett came off the floor for the Mustangs. Kleckner now top of the key. Get his feet working. Oh, puts on the brakes. That was a good defensive stand by Conkle to come out to that left wing and deny that pass.
Yeah, and Monroe Central's really starting to pick up the pressure and get in the passing lanes, and Kouts is getting a little flustered with that right now.
They say defense wins championships, and right now the Golden Bears flexing their muscles on defense, and that's why they have that 3-point lead. Conkle uses the screen left, set by Beatty, top of the key. Now he'll drive the left side of the lane, puts on the brakes in the left block, works it outside to Luke Morgan. Morgan, the freshman, drives, tries to go to Beatty, but denied by Harper. Ball's free. Rosnowski picks it up on the other side of the floor, goes up, and a blocking foul going to be called on the Golden Bears.
First foul of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not bad. So our first foul is going to belong to the Golden Bears.
Yep, Conkle, his first.
Tried to get place for a charge but didn't get it, so they'll trigger the inbound as Kleckner fires a corner 3. Count it right back, and it's tied at 11. Good response from the Mustangs.
Yep, their first 3 on the board.
Kouts did a good job executing their underneath out of bounds set there.
We'll keep an eye on Spagna as he's going to guard Easton Foster. He is tracked in the full length of the floor as Conkle with an elbow jumper from the right side, no good. Tipped around, rebound Beatty, big man goes back up, too strong, doesn't catch the rim from the baseline runner as Kleckner pushing it in transition for the Mustangs. Klein underneath, blocked by Beatty, and a foul call.
There's that tempo we talked about.
But if kind of going up for Klein, going to the basket there, that little dip of hesitation really kind of changed Beatty's block attempt underneath. That's where he got the foul call.
Yeah, he was really patient once he caught that ball for a big fella. He's doing a nice job inside.
So our first free throw attempts for this game.
So Harper, a 69% free throw shooter. Connects on the first one, and we said in the pregame, both teams shooting 67% from the free throw line. Not a group, not either side you want to send to the free throw line here today.
Yeah, with the least amount of fouls that we had in this first quarter, hopefully neither team has to foul too much to get it sent to the other team to the free throw line.
And as Elijah Harper tickles the twine on the second, they now have a 2-point lead inside a minute to go here in the first quarter. Easton Foster on the right wing. He'll drive inside the 3-point line, leads underneath, but William Miller, the freshman, intercepts it. From the baseline, he pushes the full length, coast to coast. Not there. Olam with the defensive board for the Golden Bears. Olam pushing back the other way, 40 seconds to go here in the quarter. Trying to dribble drive, swings at Conkle to the left wing, now to Morgan. Back to Conkle on the right wing in the corner. Olam with the up fake. He'll drive the baseline. Leads it underneath. Good breaks there by Beatty, and he goes up and ties it at 13.
Kouts did a good job of rotating over and cutting off that baseline drive, but they didn't rotate down on the backside.
So Kleckner takes a quick look for them to hold for the final shot here with 15 seconds to go. Kenny.
Yep, it's right out there. This is go time for him.
Kleckner calls for the screen. He uses it to his right, top of the key. He'll drive inside the 3-point line in the middle of the lane. Lost the basketball. Goes over to Spagna. It's up and in. And the Mustangs with a big basket at the end of the first quarter. They will take a 15-13 lead. And we'll take a break. Be back for the second quarter right after this.
As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference As a high school student athlete, it makes a difference when the stands are filled with cheering fans. I'm Reed Robinson from New Prairie High School.
And I'm Autumn Rife from North White High School. It motivates us to do our best when we know our entire school community has our backs.
When they understand the real purpose of high school sports.
When they remember learning life lessons is more important than winning.
When they keep athletic events fun and positive for everyone.
That's what being a champion of high school sports is all about.
Whether you're a parent, fan, coach, official, administrator, or broadcaster, we all have a role to play in championing high school sports.
Thank you for supporting our schools, our communities, and our student athletes.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support the mission of education-based athletics by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is being a champion of high school sports. This is preserving the second classroom. This is your IHSAA.
All right, second quarter about to get underway as the Mustangs out there on the floor with Miller, Kleckner, Spagna. Checking back in, they'll have Jesse Overholt and underneath Elijah Harper. Ullum, Morgan, Beatty, Foster, and Conkle, the five out there for the Golden Bears here to start the second quarter. They had a surge there in the middle, but the Mustangs came from behind, down by 3. A run there to take the lead there at the end of the quarter, and a last-second shot by Spagna. Conkle now will start it for the Golden Bears. He works to the left wing outside the three-point line. He goes to Foster, top of the key. Foster dribbles right. Now caught in the far side corner, works up and up. Ullum straightaway 3. Off the mark, no good. Good defense there by Kleckner. And Overholt gets the rebound. Kleckner now in a hurry on the right wing, puts on the brakes, end of the corner to Spagna. He'll drive the baseline from the right side, up, no good. Tipped around, Foster gets the long rebound for the Golden Bears. He pushes it up the far sideline quickly. Leaves in the corner for Ullum. Ullum drives, spins, kicks it out, but a travel call. The Golden Bears will turn it over there. Just got a little bit out of control with that drive, lost his footing, and he'll turn it over.
Yeah, he's trying to play really fast right now. If I was Coach Klein over here, I'd be telling him to slow down a little bit, get things in the way they want to do them.
Kleckner takes a look at the score clock. So he works it to the right wing. Up on top, Spagna swings underneath, but Conkle takes away inside the three-point line. He pushes it the other way. Coast to coast, draws the foul. Shot will not count.
Saying it happened clear back by the free throw line area.
The foul there's going to be on the Mustangs. Is Caden Spagna going to get called for the foul?
His team's first of the whole game so far.
So Conkle will inbound from his own baseline in front of the student section. Student section's talking to one another. Up high to Foster. He tracks it down. Spagna trying to trail him in pursuit. Beatty gets it ripped away underneath by Harper.
Great hands by Beatty there on that post move.
Kleckner now up the floor straight away. He drives, lost the dribble. Conkle takes away from the left side of the lane. 3-on-2 fast break. Knocked away by Spagna. And for the time, he stops the fast break attempt. As that'll quickly send in Landon Garrett as he'll check in for Spagna. Looks like they're going to try to swing him and Spagna out back and forth to get some fresh bodies on Easton Foster. And Easton Foster gets it off the inbound straightaway 3 for him, off the back iron, high off the rim. And Miller tries to track it down, but a good play by Ullum. Oh, they're going to stay that Ullum stepped on the baseline before he tried to throw it off of Miller. So the Mustangs take over the basketball as Kleckner will walk it up the floor, calling the play out. He'll cross the half-court line. Uses the screen left. Morgan fights through it. Up on top. Three-pointer on the way for Garrett. Count it. The assist to Kleckner.
Kouts did a really nice job executing that set that Coach Duzan wanted to call.
And I like this defense the Mustangs are playing. They are picking up Foster the full length. They're throwing fresh bodies at him. But the adjustment by Morgan, but can't finish at the rim. And a foul on Beatty underneath on the rebound. As Klein caught the basketball, but Beatty couldn't quite control his momentum, and he'll get called for his second foul.
Yeah, Elijah Harper did a great job getting good position on that block out there to get the rebound, and then fortunately got that push in the back.
I'll tell you, Harper, you talk about quick feet as a young man. It's him and Beatty exchanging pleasantries on the right elbow as Kleckner brings it past the half-court line, goes to the freshman William Miller. Miller hands it off to Kleckner. They're going to fall into a man defense. Up out on top goes to Garrett, top of the key. Down underneath, Overholt can't control it. Foster's got the basketball. The Bears wanting a foul cause. Their fans pleading for is Foster down the right side of the lane. Puts on the brakes. Good defense by Overholt, taking it away, but Foster with the adjustment can't get it to drop in. Beatty tips it outside to Olam on the far side corner. He'll work on the right side. Down into Beatty on the right wing. Gets it knocked away by Harper again. No reach and foul called on Kleckner. 3-on-2 fast break. Miller goes up, denied by Foster. And they're going to say stepped out of bounds, but a good play by Foster to get to the backboard.
Yeah, he pinned it right off that glass. That's what every basketball player wants to do on a block shot, is jump up there and pin it on the backboard.
Yeah, brought it down, and just when he landed, his foot was on the baseline.
And the Monroe Central Golden Bears fans expressing their displeasure with the officiating crew, wanting a bunch of reach and fouls called. They're letting them play with some physicality.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything out here that would just scream like they're missing a bunch of calls.
I think they're just letting them play real physical here to start. Mustangs now back with the basketball. Kleckner top of the key. Harper trying to fight for position with Duncan underneath. That's where he goes with it. Off the foot of Harper, and the Mustangs turn it over. By our count, that's our 9th turnover here to start this first half.
Let's see if I can.
Kenny's double checking.
They must not be updating as good as what.
Conkle pull up free throw line, jumper up straight away again for the Golden Bears. They're back on the board. Now trail by 3. Leon for the Golden Bears, the coach trying to fire up his defense as William Miller, the freshman, with it on the left wing. Guarded by Conkle. He'll work it in the corner. Garrett, three-pointer's good from the corner. And the Miller, the freshman, gets the assist. Landon Garrett with a three-pointer by Conkle off the side of the backboard. No good from 3. Kleckner now in transition. 3-on-1 fast break behind the back pass to the left block, and Garrett can't corral it. A good play, but a missed opportunity with numbers for the Mustangs.
You know, if I'm Coach Duzan, I'm trying to tell him, you know, we don't need a fancy pass in that situation. Just make a nice fundamental pass and get a layup and get back on defense.
And it's kind of the moment in a game like this. You don't want to try to be fancy. Just keep it fundamental, work your offense, play discipline. Outside to Duncan for the Golden Bears. Now they go to work. Conkle now on the far side corner, back up top straight away to Duncan. Goes to Morgan now on the left wing. Morgan, what a move. He's kind of half spin, goes up, draws the foul, and he goes line for 2. Had a little hesitation, faked it right and left quick. If you blinked your eyes, you missed it.
And Harper's going to pick up his first, team second.
Luke Morgan, as we noted, 77% free throw shooter, 33 of 43 coming into today's game. The freshman settles in. He fires there. We're sporting the long sleeves out there. I was always told if someone's wearing long sleeves, you got to keep an eye on that guy.
Either that or he's got a bunch of tattoos to cover up.
Well, that or I was always told you just worry about them because they're either going to be a shooter or they're going to be an offensive problem. That's what I was always told. Then again, we really didn't wear long sleeves when I played, so.
They weren't legal until like the last couple of years. They made them legal, and so I'm not sure what changed that mindset there.
I didn't know. Well, we were allowed to wear T-shirts. Morgan connects on the second one. So both free throws drop in for the freshman. And Kleckner now with the basketball out there with Garrett, Miller, Rosnowski, and Jesse Overholt, who gets in the corner for 3. Got Foster leaving his feet. Overholt, fundamental drive to the basket, banks open.
It was a great shot fake there, and then just drove to the basket for a nice layup off the glass.
Morgan now top of the key. Uses the screen set from his left, but a moving screen is Foster's going to kind of extend that left leg out to try to slow down the defender. An offensive foul and a turnover for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, I thought he leaned just a little bit too much. You know, when you set a ball screen, players like to lean a little bit, but I thought he just leaned just a little bit too much there.
Kleckner now crosses the half-court line, works it left to Miller. Miller guarded up on top there by, I didn't catch who that number 1 is. Up the floor now, Morgan. Morgan transition, the Golden Bears attack up and draws the foul. Yes, sir, and it counts.
And Kletchner's going to pick up his first, team's third.
I thought he had his feet set there to take that charge, but I thought he started leaning back a little bit before the contact was made, which in the result made it a blocking call.
So the freshman Luke Morgan to the line for the N1 opportunity. And he gets 3 points the old-fashioned way as that one rattles home. Now the Golden Bears trail by 3, cutting that lead down to a one-possession game. Kleckner now goes to Rosnowski up top of the key for the Mustangs. He drives the free throw line, kicks it outside. Rosnowski gets on the left wing, spins, kicks out to Kleckner with the up fake. Now he tries to drive, but the Morgan takes it away for the Golden Bears. Transition 3, he pumps one up and can't get it to drop in. Olam elevates from the left side and pulls down the rebound for Monroe Central. Olam now on the right wing with the dribble. Gives it to Duncan, top of the key. Works it to the left side to Carter, or to Luke Morgan. My goodness. All this talking I might use to my usual banter. Olam now on the far side. Guarded away from the three-point line. Now he'll drive. On the baseline on the right side, he stops, kicks it outside to Foster, knocked away. But they're going to say Foster touched the last second. It looked like from here that Jesse Overholt touched, but the last moment.
Yeah, it was on the other side where it's there, but they think it just come off of his hand.
You know, Foster's trying to plead his case that he didn't touch it, but if I'm his coach, I'm just telling him, get your butt back on defense. Let's try to get a stop.
Yep.
You got to control what you can't control. You can't control every single call, but you can control what you do out there, and that's what Foster right now needs to be a leader for this Golden Bears team, now trailing by 3. Garrett now outside near the half-court logo, swings it left to Kleckner. He fights through contact, but he drives the line on the right side of the block and draws the foul underneath on the Golden Bears.
And he knew how to lean right into it. Probably didn't have the best shot going up, but was able to draw that foul from Duncan.
Going back, talking to Foster as the officials now talking to him. Right now you have to be that senior leader. Yes, this game has got a lot of emotion. Yes, you're not getting the calls you want. However, you've got to be a leader, keep your head in the game, and continue to have that composure, because champions that win have composure.
Yeah, when you're a senior on your team, you know, the underclassmen and the other guys on the team are going to kind of feed off of how you're playing and your emotion. And if you're starting to lose your cool, your teammates might do the same.
Kleckner now to the line. He missed his first free throw attempt. He'll get settled in for the second one. The official bounces it to him. He'll settle in. The Monroe Central student section trying to disrupt the free throw shooter, but Kleckner ignores it and tickles the twine there and extends the lead up to 4. Back to a 2-possession game. As Morgan now uses the screen set by Foster, top of the key. Morgan kicks it out. Duncan thought about the 3. Now he'll try the dribble drive, kicks it out to Wheatley outside the three-point line. He drives to the lane and goes out to Morgan. He'll reset. Foster is worn out, but Kouts has done an outstanding job defensively on him. Olam now on the right wing. Goes to Morgan with the up fake. The freshman drives the baseline from the right side. El Just goes up and can't get it to drop in. And Miller gets the rebound for the Mustangs. They push it back quickly in transition. Garrett now puts on the floor. Goes to Rosnowski in the corner. Kleckner now with the basketball. Atop the key, directing traffic. He'll bring Miller to the right wing. Miller gets it partially knocked away by Wheatley. Regains control, and he goes outside to Garrett. Inside a minute and a half to go here before halftime is Kleckner now with the basketball. The Mustangs with the long set. Then attacked in the half court. Kleckner dribbling at top of the key, scanning the defense. We'll give it to Rosnowski here on the near side wing. Garrett works it to Kleckner on the left wing now. Kleckner drives from the elbow. Now in the lane, from the logo in the lane, kicks it outside. Rosnowski hands it to him. Kleckner now drives again, adjusts, up off the window, no good. Foster elevates, brings down the defensive rebound and pushes it quickly down the floor. He'll drive up coast to coast, and Foster drops it in. And now, just like that, Monroe Central trails by 2 with 37 seconds to go here before the half. Kleckner.
Looks like Kouts going to hold for a last shot here. It's a good call by Coach Duzan.
There's no shot clock. Take all the time you want. And now the Golden Bears trying to fire up their defense. Kouts doing the same thing across the way. It's noisy in here in the Crawley Center. Here we go, Kenny.
Yep, it's getting close to go time. They're just kind of holding a little bit, just repositioning, getting there about that 10 seconds, and now it's time for go.
Kleckner drives the right side of the lane, stops on the right block, partially blocked by Foster. Olam's got to get going in a hurry. 2 seconds. Foster takes a look. Three-quarter court heave down the floor. Doesn't connect. And just like that, the Kouts Mustangs will take a 24-22 lead into the halftime locker room.
Monroe Central did a really good job defensively there, containing the basketball. Kouts went 1-4 low to try to isolate up top, and they did a good job of helping and recovering and forced them into a bad shot.
I think you'll see both sides with the adjustments you're going to see at the half here. I think two coaches, there's a lot to like. I mean, yes, Monroe Central not getting the foul calls you were hoping to get, but yet they're going to come out firing in the second half. They've got a fire, as you saw there defensively.
Yeah, I thought there for a little while Monroe Central was kind of playing at the pace Kouts wanted to play at, and it was hurting them. Once they kind of slowed down, ran their offense the way they want to run it, things are going their way a little bit better there towards the end of the half.
All right, Kenny, our first half stats.
So for the Golden Bears there, Morgan has those 8 points, Ullum with 4 and Conkle with 4, and also Easton Foster down there with 4. And then Beatty with 2, but also Beatty had those 2 fouls fairly quick when he got in there then. But he's the only one really in foul issues, where Duncan, Foster, and Conkle all having those single fouls. For Kouts Mustangs, you're going to have Garrett with 6 and Kleckner also with 6. And then Harper was going to be a 6. So those 3 guys there leading the way there. And then you got Overhaul and Spagna each with those, and Rosnowski also with 2. And then fouls just very sparingly there. Eli Harper, Sprangle, and Kleckner all with those single fouls. As teams there, see the field goal there's 8 and 15, 6 and 14. Free throws have been pretty good. Both of them got 3 to drop, just 3 and 3 and 3 and 4. Behind the arc, not really the best of either team, 1 to 10 compared to 3 of 5. Turnovers 7 and 12. Steals got them at equal at 5, and assists equal at 2, and those rebounds at 12.
So we'll take a break here at the half. We'll look at our stats, and we'll be back for the second half right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, we are down to the semi-state weekend in boys basketball. 4 sites in the northern part of the state, 4 sites in the southern part of the state. We're inching closer and closer to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and it's a special time of year when you get to the semi-state.
It is. We're coming off an incredible regional weekend with great crowds, and then we're going to keep 8 of our basketball cathedrals in service again this weekend. And one thing that's really cool, when we changed the format a couple of years ago to a 2-game semi-state, we brought 4 more states or 4 more communities back into play, and it's a big economic boost for those communities when people show up and they spend the day there and they eat in their restaurants and they buy their gas there and then they enjoy some basketball. But, yeah, we're really excited about the weekend. I think we got great matchups, Coach. I think we've already had a few upsets, but anytime you upset somebody, you think you're going to win the next one, and that just gives you a little more confidence as you walk through this tournament.
Yeah, to go back, you talk about the impact of hosting a tournament. There's a whole lot involved in hosting a semi-state tournament, a regional, a sectional, and I'm not sure there's a real good way to actually thank the host institutions and everyone involved, because there, as you well know, and I do from my administrator days, there are a lot of moving parts that go into this, and you want to provide the best experience you can for the kids, the coaches, and the fans, and there's a lot. Obviously, you do it every day, and in this business, you're in the event hosting business, but stakes are a lot higher when you get further and further into the tournament. And so, thanks to all those people who have had a part in making this a fantastic tournament to this point.
Yeah, phenomenal host, and that's our organization relies on the efforts and appreciates the efforts of our member schools. And you think about the number of tournaments that are hosted at our individual schools throughout an annual basis. That number is staggering. And, and the people who host these tournaments do it with class. And it is about the experience. They want a great experience for the fans, and they want a great experience for the student athletes who get to play in the tournament.
Well, it really kicks off a fantastic week. I mean, you have the Hall of Fame induction for men earlier in the week. You're going to have the big luncheon next week. You're going to have the teams, everybody coming in for practice. I mean, it's a glorious, glorious week for basketball players and coaches and fans in our state.
It is. It's a great week. A lot of fun. You know, every year is another chapter in the story of Indiana high school basketball. And, you know, I did get a chance to attend the Hall of Fame banquet this week. And, again, the number of stories and this game that we celebrate in the state is so formative in people's lives, and it carries them through to many other endeavors and vocations through the rest of their life. And it's just such a special thing.
Yeah, it really is, but we cannot turn our back on spring sports that are starting around the state. You know, baseball, softball, track and field, golf, everyone's beginning to start, and they're going to be in full swing before we know it.
Yeah, we're practicing. We've already had some track meets out there, and, you know, a little weather permitting, they're out there going already. We are just a few short days away from the first softball contest, and at the end of the month, baseball. And we've also got boys golf that's going to be kicking off here real soon. And yeah, we're not done with winter yet, and we're good with that, but already the springtime sports are upon us, and the kids are out there working hard, and so are the coaches.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig, talking about IHSAA-related things, semi-state weekend for basketball. Finals obviously coming up next week. Commissioner, I know it's a busy, busy time. Thank you for your time, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Coach. Looking forward to it, and hope we see some fans out at our semi-state contest this weekend.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to Crawley Center here at Lafayette Jefferson High School. Hi, everybody. I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here today, Drew Moss and Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lim. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network with this audio broadcast on YouTube today. Some scores around the area. Appreciate WRSW for sharing some information with us. South Bend Riley trails Fishers at the half, 40-23. At the end of the first quarter there, as Drew Mawson pointed out to me, it was 20-3, which for us was kind of a little bit of a shock. And then the other game we got some scores for is Macconaquan South Bend St. Joe, where South Bend St. Joe leads 62-42 in that one. So,
yeah, there's some offensive.
And we're
yeah, I mean, we knew that game was going to be high scoring. Macconaquan, John Burris, he plays faster than the Kouts team does, and he pressures the ball full court. And St. Joe must be doing a really good job of breaking their press and their trap defense and probably getting layups.
Or some other games we'll have the game after this with Triton, as they will get ready to take on Clinton Prairie with the Gophers after this one. So we will switch broadcast at the end of this game as Triton now dress. They're walking on the baseline to our left as they get ready to prepare for their game next. I have not seen Clinton Prairie yet down here to our right, but that doesn't mean they're not here. I'm pretty sure they're here.
They're sitting up there at the end.
There they are.
Yes, at the end.
Well, that's what Drew's here for. He knows where everybody's at. So
I got an eagle eye. I can spot dimes, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's good. We appreciate having Drew join us with us today. Of course, played for Triton, coached for Argus. You were down at Madison Grant, and then now the head coach down at Culver. So it's good having Drew here. Knows just a thing or two about basketball, right?
Yeah, I mean, and when I grew up with Gordon Mawson as my dad, I was always trying. I was always being tested at home. We were watching a game, and he's testing me on, hey, what's this guy's doing? What are they doing different? And so yeah, I've been around the game for a long time, and I'm just really proud of this Triton team getting this far, and I'm hoping they can play really well today. Just at least make the community proud.
So we got one more half here of Monroe Central. The Golden Bears, they trail Kouts by 2. As out there for the floor with them, they'll have Morgan, Foster, Duncan, Conkle back in the game, and Olam, the 5 out there for the Golden Bears. The starting 5 back out there with Garrett, Kleckner, Overholt, Rosnowski, and Elijah Harper as the Mustangs now will work right to left, and they start with the basketball. Harper backdoor feed to Overholt up, and bank is closed, and Conkle gets the rebound.
What a great set they ran there, just didn't execute on the layup.
Conkle now top of the key, works it left to Duncan, gets it right back to the top of the key. Morgan now with the basketball, swings it to Duncan. They'll work it back and forth outside the perimeter. As Duncan now hangs on to it, he drives from the right wing, but switches it to the other side wing outside the three-point line to Conkle. Foster underneath, swings it from the baseline. A hot pass to Olam to the far side corner on the left. Can't get it to connect from 3. And Garrett with the rebound. Kleckner now with the basketball. Top of the key. He swings it left to Garrett on the left wing. Kleckner gets it back as he orchestrates the offense. Now to Rosnowski on the right wing. Down into Harper. Big man on the right block. Rolls into the end of the inside with the left hand. Too strong off the window. Bank is closed. Foster with the rebound as the Golden Bears back. He'll bring it across the half-court line. Foster down the left side with the runner from the left side of the lane. No good. Both sides missing shots here to start the second half. Rosnowski top of the key. He'll spot for 3 in transition. Connects. Perhaps I spoke too soon.
That ice is now broken for this half.
Conkle now, he drives right side of the lane, puts on the brakes on the right block, tries to draw the foul, cannot draw any contact. And the Mustangs come away with the basketball. Kleckner over to Rosnowski on the right wing. He drives into the lane, into the middle, up with the runner, and it's good. And Rosnowski providing the offense to start the second half. 5 points for him.
Very patient on that drive in there, just waited for all the defenders just get in the air and then go around them.
Foster now at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Duncan on the right wing. Duncan outside to Morgan. Luke Morgan with the basketball. Crossover dribble, top of the key, guarded by Kleckner. Morgan now looking left. He'll find Olam on the left wing. Leads it down into Foster. Here comes the double team on the baseline. Foster, triple team now. He has to get it outside to Olam on the left wing. Olam from the free throw line. Euro step up in the middle of the lane. No good. Still can't connect. Harper with the rebound for the Mustangs. Kleckner leads it up to Overholt. Transition up and in.
Timeout here by Monroe Central. Got to stop this momentum that the Kouts Mustangs have came out with in the second half. The pace is playing their way right now, and it shows.
Yep, the 7-0 run, you start the second half, and sometimes that's that spark you need to lead you through the rest of this game.
And now Monroe Central will use their second timeout. They will have 3 timeouts remaining, 2 fulls and 1:30. Kouts yet to use one here thus far, but you got to appreciate that energy for Kouts coming out. This, like we said in the pregame, this is a team that can score it well, and right now they have a good shot of that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell Coach Duzan at halftime was just telling him, hey, take another breath. You got another half to play. Go out there, just run things the way we run them. Focus on your shots. Things will fall. And right now, through the first 2.5 minutes, it really looks like they've kind of settled into their groove into this game at this point.
This is our largest lead of the ball game, up to 7, yes. I do believe, correct?
Yes.
Or 9. 9 was the
there was a 9,
but
right now at 9.
But if you're Monroe Central, Coach Line down there talking to his group, he's got to get them focused in because this game could get out of hand for them in a hurry.
Yeah, and he's just telling them, again, he's kind of saying the same things. Hey, slow down, run our offense, get back on defense a little quicker. Just remind them, hey, they're going to push the pace up the floor. Make sure you guys sprint back, stop the basketball first.
So both sides come back out onto the floor. Substitutions did not happen in between that little break. So Duncan will trigger the inbound in the full court. Conkle will bring it up for the Golden Bears. Jackson Conkle, the junior, now crosses the half-court line to Olam, top of the key. Olam leaves it for Foster. He tries to dribble drive from the elbow. Now he's into the baseline, spinning to the right block, and gets disrupted, and a reach-in foul called.
You know, you can tell Monroe Central's really trying to get Foster the ball here in the second half. About every offensive set they've had has gone towards him. Kouts is just doing a really good job of doubling him and sending extra guys at him.
And we said Foster in the regional championship against Daleville, 16 points, 12 rebounds, and he's had 16 points or more in his last 4 outings. And now there's some conversations happening.
Foster's getting a little flustered. He's not used to all this physicality in the face guard, and he needs to get himself composed so his team doesn't lose their composure along with him.
So someone for the Golden Bears has got to get him in check. Foster, a very good competitor, gets the ball back. We'll see what they can do now with the basketball on the right wing. Foster works away. Screen kind of broke apart there. Foster now caught, knocked away from back behind by Kleckner, and a foul call.
So Kleckner's going to pick up his second, team's second.
A team that only had 2 fouls there in that first half, right?
3.
3. It's close. Garrett's going to get a piece off the inbound, but knocks it away. He'll step on the baseline.
So try again.
And you see these Mustangs, they are not walking anywhere. This group is just trotting everywhere they are on the floor. Inbound goes to Duncan on the left block. He works it outside the three-point line to Olam on the left side. Olam on the left wing now. Outside the three-point line, he drives inside the lane, goes through. Lost his dribble, bobbled it, but finds a way to get to Conkle, spins through, lost the basketball, regains control. Outside to Morgan, the freshman with a straightaway 3. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to Garrett. Pushes up the floor now to Kleckner. He's got Rosnowski, reverse lay-in is good.
I'm telling you, Kouts is starting to get these Golden Bears flustered, and they need to get themselves composed quickly or it's going to get out of hand.
The gates are open, and the Mustangs are galloping through them. Morgan now gets it knocked away by Harper, and back go the Mustangs. Kleckner with the basketball. Finds Rosnowski again. Lost the basketball into the corner. It's a fight for it, and it's going to be over. Overholt picks it up from the near side corner up on top. Kleckner by himself dials a 3. Off the mark, no good. Knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off of Kouts. And the Golden Bears get the basketball. Adelson and Carter Wheatley. And Tayshawn Beatty back in the game with those 2 fouls.
Coach Klein's down here reminding his guys, hey, let's get some ball movement. We don't need the first open look. Let's get the ball reversed once or twice, and we'll get a better look.
And now Cal's going to pressure in the full court because, well, Overton going to do what he's done all day, or Overholt rather, going to track Foster. Foster has been watched like a kid that talks too much in class. Everybody knows where he's at on the floor. Olam will fire a 3 from the right wing for the Golden Bears. No good. Beatty's put back off the mark, and Harper gets the defensive board. Look at him swing up the floor to Rosnowski. 1-on-2, fast break. Puts on the brakes. Lost the basketball. Olam's got it, but it goes off the foot. They're still playing. Rosnowski still trying to argue the call. Wheatley now the other way. Gets it knocked away by Harper in the low block. Wheatley caught underneath. Threw away the basketball. Garrett to Kleckner, 3-on-2 fast break. Wanted to swing it to the corner, but he'll push it to the right side as Garrett fires a right wing 3. Off the mark, no good. Foster with the rebound. Now he's going to push 3-on-3 fast break. Drives the lane, takes it coast to coast and in.
He finally had a good way they could get a good break open for him to go right to the basket.
Rosnowski drives, and Beatty with the hard foul. And Beatty just kind of caught no man's land there.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to be, he was pretty aggressive at that ball, and he wasn't trying to knock anybody down, but
he just wanted to make sure that basket didn't go in.
But that's also going to be his third.
That's
first.
That's a loud foul for the Golden Bears. Beatty, of course, we got them 2 fouls in the first half, and they sat him down. And now you're getting ready to see Caden Spagna going to check in after the first free throw by Rosnowski is good. He's going to check in for Overholt. Now his job, back to guard Easton Foster. And he takes quick note of where number 23 is for the Golden Bears on the floor. Rosnowski perfect on that first shot. Settles in, his free throw attempt next time tickles the twine there. And the Mustangs climb to an 11-point lead, largest lead of the ball game. Olam brings it up here in front of the scorer's table. On the right side, uses the screen set by Beatty. He lost his dribble, now goes to Foster up top of the key as he stands on the logo. He'll drive inside the three-point line, goes up attacking again, can't connect. Harper knocks it away. Ball's free on the floor. It's still spinning now. It's on the Kouts' side. Morgan slides and knocks it to Beatty. Beatty to the near side. Olam will fire a three. Count it.
He's been dying for that ball to go in all day today.
Yep.
As a 37% three-point shooter, he hasn't hit much.
Yep, he's just 1 of 6 right now.
Yeah, that might get him going here in the second half.
They only trailed by 8 with 2:40 to go here in the third. And now the Monroe Central fans and student section trying to fire up their defense. Garrett, straightaway three on the way. Off the mark, no good. Beatty with the big rebound. Up to Wheatley. Swings it left to Morgan on the left side. He'll drive the lane, goes up, and it's good. 5-0 run for the Golden Bears.
Just the run they needed to try to stay in this and stay afloat after Kouts went on their run to start the half. The Golden Bears are on their feet.
Well, if you can't hear them, by golly, they are noisy here at the Crawley Center. Rosnowski drives the side of the lane up off the window, and they're going to see a foul on the floor.
Coach Klein down here thought he took too many steps. I thought it was just a really good spin move and happened to get fouled.
So Olam's going to pick up his first, team's second.
Kleckner inbounds as he goes to Garrett on the far side corner. He gets it back, right wing corner three. Can't drop it in. Morgan now up the floor, across the half-court line. The Golden Bears back to work. Olam again. He's on fire.
I told you it's going to open up the gates for him. He's feeling it now.
Yep, he took
better look out.
Took a long time to get that first one to drop. Now back to back.
Now the Golden Bears with some downhill momentum. Kleckner with the basketball for the Mustangs. Outside the three-point line, goes to the right side to Garrett. Backdoor cut. Rosnowski up and in.
Just another well-executed set there for Kouts.
And that stops the 8-0 run for the Golden Bears. 5 points separate the two sides inside a minute and a half. Morgan dials an NBA three from straight away. Can't connect. And Olam gets the long rebound. Crosses it over quickly. Has Beatty on the right side. He goes up. Banks open. And the Golden Bears have charged back. Was once down 11. Now it's a one-possession game. Kleckner with the basketball outside straight away. Goes to Harper on the left elbow. Too far, led in front underneath for Rosnowski, and the Mustangs will turn it over. And now Foster with the basketball. He will trigger the inbound. Spagna going to track him the full length of the floor. Morgan now up the far sideline. Kleckner's going to pick him up at half court, and that's exactly what happens. Kleckner retreats back to the three-point line as Morgan drives left. Leaves it for Olam, who's been on fire here in this third quarter. It's March Madness. Would you expect anything else here in the semi-state? Olam now on the right side.
Just kind of doing this little bit of a spread offense, just trying to dribble around, killing some time, it looks like.
Now goes to Foster. Spagna picking him up. Foster driving, draws the foul. And he'll go to the line, I believe, for two. They're going to call on the floor. The near side official on the scores table calls it.
So Spagna's going to pick up his second, team's third.
They're going to call it on the floor, so that will trigger the inbound as Miller and Overholt back in the ball game.
Yeah, I think Foster's trying to dump that down to Beatty.
Wheatley triggers the inbound. They're going to work some screens as they're going to open up Morgan on the right wing. The freshman drives, baseline jumper on the way is good. Down by one are the Golden Bears. Kleckner now will cross the half-court line as they continue to work right to left. Morgan going to ease his way out to trigger it. Kenny.
And it's go time.
Kleckner now top the green. Pulls up, puts on the brakes to the left elbow. He goes outside to Miller. Miller drives left side of the lane, goes up, and a charge! What a play underneath by Wheatley.
You can feel the momentum. It's really starting to shift towards Monroe Central. Their crowd's getting behind them, and they're feeding off that energy.
At 2.2 seconds.
Intercepted. Harper fires a three at the buzzer. No good. And the Mustangs' lead has dwindled to one as we head into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
Did you know Indiana has a critical shortage of high school referees?
It's causing our games to be canceled or understaffed, and we need your help. I'm Greer Swaim from Fishers High School.
And I'm Cooper Allen from Shenandoah High School. We need you so we can keep playing our favorite sports.
so our opportunities to learn aren't limited.
So our experience in high school sports is everything it should be.
With your help, we can make sure we have enough officials for every game.
And student athletes around the state always have the chance to grow through high school sports.
Are you game? Sign up as a high school official in your community today.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. High school sports can't happen without high school officials. Help us fill an urgent need in our state so games aren't canceled or understaffed. Visit ihsaa.org to become an official today. This is protecting high school sports. This is serving your community. This is your IHSAA.
We've been in a barn burner thus far from the Crawley Center in this first opening game of semi-state as the Mustangs lead by 1. I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here today is Drew Moss and Kenny Barnhart, and as always, the Hall of Famer Orion Lindler. Here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, this audio broadcast on YouTube here today. Wheatley, Morgan, Olam, Beatty, and Foster, the 5 out there for the Golden Bears as they start with the basketball. Kleckner, Spagna, Miller, Harper, and Overholt, the 5 out there for the Mustangs as the Bears will continue to work left to right. Olam gets it in the backcourt. Now he crosses the half-court line. Olam with the basketball, swings it left to Morgan. Morgan uses the screen set by Beatty. Morgan, good close out there by Kleckner on the three-point attempt as Foster now gets it into the near side corner. Here comes the trap, finds Olam. He's been on fire. Off the mark, no good. Spagna with the rebound. The Kouts still with the lead by 1. Winner advances to the semi-state championship tonight. Kleckner now with the basketball. Uses the screen set by Harper, top of the key. Goes to Miller, who gets it right back in the same spot. To Spagna on the right wing. They'll work it around the perimeter here to the near side. Kleckner guarded by Beatty on the left wing. Kleckner going to try to speed. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Beatty with the defensive rebound. Morgan now in transition, left wing. Stops and goes, hesitates, leans it up and in. No good. Miller with the rebound. 2-on-2 fast break. Kouts continues to gallop in the full court. Blocked by Foster. Put back by Spagna's good. What a follow-through by Spagna. They saw the block, adjusted and dropped it in.
Yeah, he was right in that right position for a backup.
Morgan now with the basketball. 3 points separate the two sides. Olam now in the near side corner on the right. Guarded by Spagna. Olam on the side of the lane, stops, kicks it outside the three-point line to Foster. Foster trying to direct traffic. He wants Olam on his left, and now he gets him to the left side. Now Foster can go one-on-one against Overholt. Spinning to the right block. Pull-up jumper on the way, no good, and a foul call.
Yeah, he wanted that whole side cleared out so he could go one-on-one and do something.
And that's what he just told Justice Olam. I want you over here. I want to go one-on-one.
So Overholt's going to pick up his second, team's first.
Neeson Foster goes the line for two attempts.
And he has not been there.
But, Drew, we talked about he's got to get his head in the game, and this young man has done so, and the team's feeding off that. You kind of saw him directing there, say, hey, I want to take this guy one-on-one. I'm tired of him guarding me. That's a statement there by the senior.
Yeah, and then he pulled the guys on the floor in for a little quick huddle just to remind them, hey, let's get a stop in it. It's a one-possession game. Let's get a stop and a bucket, and we can get the lead here.
So Foster now connected on the first free throw. A chance to cut it to 1 here on this one. Foster, a 77% free throw shooter on the way, hits the back iron, tipped around, and it goes out of bounds off the Golden Bears on the far side.
Great hustle by both teams after that loose ball there. It's good to see, this late in the game, they still got the energy to run down those loose balls.
And now Line going to get a warning, going to push him back to the coach's box. Officials really watching that closely here this morning. Kleckner now from the logo, works it right to Spagna. Into the corner to Overholt. Scans, now he'll work it back to Spagna on the near side to Kleckner. Down underneath, knocked away by Foster, and they're going to say Harper touched it. Coach Duzan thought it was tipped. I thought it was tipped from this angle.
Is that a make-up call from that one that was earlier that was missed?
Could be.
I don't know. They probably forgot about that play.
Yep, by now, yep.
I don't know. The way this crowd in this game has been, I don't know how these officials are keeping this straight. Morgan now using the screen to his right, stops on the three-point line on the right wing, pushes across the opposite wing to Olam. He rotates to the top of the key, hands it to Foster at the logo. Foster thought about it. Now he takes Overholt off the dribble, goes to Beatty underneath, and there it is. Ties it at 39. And that's what Coach says. Monroe Central, hey, get in this ball game because Kouts is still sitting down. They got to get behind their offense because right now the Golden Bears have the crowd.
Yeah, the momentum is still on their side. It hasn't kind of flipped yet since they went on that run in the third quarter.
Spagna works it left. Kleckner now on the left wing. He drives, stops on the left block on the baseline. Guarded by Ullum. He allows no dribble. Leaves it for Harper, but there's Overholt to get the loose ball. Spagna pushing the corner. Williams for three. Good. William Miller hits a three, his first points. And the Mustangs needed that one. Morgan lost the basketball, and it goes out of bounds. Morgan in disbelief.
It was really only a matter of time until Miller hit a shot. He's shooting almost 50% from the three-point line as a freshman. In a big game like this, it's just repetition. He's been practicing it all year.
And Kouts will use their first timeout. They'll have 4 remaining, using a 30-second timeout. But that's kind of what you want to see these players. You want to see them playing up to the competition, and right now you're seeing great basketball out here on the floor.
Yeah, all 10 guys on the floor are doing a great job of playing within their roles and doing things the way their coaching staff is asking them to do, and that's why we got a 3-point game with 5 minutes left.
29 three-pointers put up here today, combined. Only 8 of those dropping, but a lot of those coming in big moments, Kenny.
Yeah, they're trying to get that momentum, kind of get it around there, getting that shot there. Maybe it's a little quicker than what you want, but if you get that drop and maybe get that momentum going for you.
We'll see if Coach Duzan using his first timeout to try to refocus him in and see if he can take this Golden Bears crowd out of the ball game.
I'm sure he's setting up some sort of set play he wants to run to get either the ball inside or to get a shot for one of his three-point shooters, I'm sure.
Harper's been quiet, but Rosnowski leading the team with a game-high 13 points for the Mustangs here in this ball game with 5 minutes and counting. 5 minutes and counting until the end of the regulation. We're have a one-possession game as Kleckner gets the handoff inside the wing. Pull-up baseline jumper is good.
Just as expected, they came out and ran a handoff set and got one of their better players a pull-up jump shot.
An easy look from the baseline. There was nobody around him. Morgan out in the far side corner, out near the half-court line. He works in the near side corner. Blocked by Miller. He'll step out of bounds, but a big closeout as Wheatley had a good look from 3 from the right side corner. Now he's going to have to inbound it from the worst place possible.
Deep sideline corner. Not a whole lot of coaches have a play they can run from this set.
Beatty gets the right wing. Harper giving him all the room. So he's going to hang on to that.
Here comes the isolation.
Foster calling for him the right wing. Now he drives on the baseline. Tight defense played by Overholt. Foster swings it from the baseline. He's got Wheatley, high arcing shot off the rim, no good, and a foul call. Going to call a hold. I could argue. As Ullum not happy with that one.
Ultimately, Spagna had inside position on his block out, and he was holding it pretty well. And Oldham just kind of gave him one little shove in the back, and it was an easy call for the official there.
Yep, so that's going to be his second, team's first.
Neither side has been in the bonus in this ball game. Kleckner crosses the half-court line, guarded by Morgan, who picks him up. Spagna gets it guarded tightly by Wheatley. Now to Harper inside the three-point line, about 19 feet away from the basket. He goes outside to Miller, the freshman now. Goes to Kleckner on the left side. He'll work it out of the corner, directing traffic.
Kouts running a flex offense here. If you're an old-school guy, you'd be loving watching this set on offense right now.
Kleckner now down to Harper on the left block. Takes a look, battling with Beatty. Beatty wins the battle, but he draws the foul.
It was a really great move put on there by Harper, and then Beatty just barely hit him on the wrist, and it was an easy call for the official there. Just unfortunate for Beatty.
Yeah, because that's going to be his fourth. Team's second.
The coach is going to leave him out through those 4 fouls with 3:39 to go.
I think you have to at this point. He's really the only guy that's kept Harper in check in this game. They're both big boys down low. I agree with Coach's decision to leave him out there.
Harper connects on the first. There's a quick word from the baseline official with the Kouts student section. I think there was just some recipes being exchanged down there with Beatty underneath. And Harper off the mark on the second one, hit the first. Foster off the rebound, pushing it the other way. Right here in front of the scorer's table, he hands it to Morgan. Morgan eases his way back to the half-court line. Now he'll attack. Dribble, drive, goes up, adjusts, and draws the foul. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Miller wanted to take that charge there. He was just like a half a second too late to get his feet set in good proper position to take a charge.
And you got to love this. 2 freshmen playing in a serious game out there on the floor, really contributing.
Yep, Miller's going to pick up his team's second.
And that will send Luke Morgan to the line.
He's perfect there so far, 3 of 3 for this morning.
And a lethal free throw shooter, 77% coming into today. As his effort continues to climb as he tickles the twine there.
Yep, 13 points for him.
Yeah, if you didn't know he was a freshman, you would think definitely that he was an upperclassman with the way he stays composed and the way he controls the game from the point guard position.
Settles in the first free throw, connects, and as does the second one. Now the Golden Bears going to pressure in the full court as Morgan going to pick up Kleckner. Kleckner skipping his way up as he trots past the half-court line, working it right to Miller. Miller on the right wing. Knocked away by Ullman, a reach-in foul called.
So Ullman's going to pick up his team's third.
Spagna will trigger the inbound on the far side near center court, but they're going to bring in Rosnowski. He's been off the floor for a while, and that's going to flip it. So they're going to send Overholt now. He will inbound in front of his fans near midcourt. Foster going to greet him there at the sideline. Overholt triggers the inbound. Has to go somewhere. Finds Rosnowski in the corner. By the half-court line, he hands it off to Kleckner. Kleckner from the logo. Rolls it right to Rosnowski. Wheatley falls to the floor. Harper underneath. Up and off the window. Bank is closing. Beatty with another defensive rebound, but Harper comes from behind and a reach-in foul called.
So Harper's going to pick up his second, team's third.
You know, Harper's done a good job this game with his quick hands to get some strips down there. He just kind of fell short there, and the officials thought he slapped him on the arm.
Foster now will inbound. The Mustangs going to put on the pressure in the full court. Clinging to that 4-point lead. The Golden Bears have threatened. They got it back to the tie, but have not had a lead since the first quarter. Morgan now. Crossover, uses the screen to his left. Hands it off to Ullman on the left wing. Foster now sets the screen at the top of the key. Ullman with the basketball. At the free throw line, he stops on the right elbow. Outside to Wheatley. Underneath into Beatty on the right block. He goes through, knocked away by Harper. A late whistle on a reach in.
So Harper's going to pick up his third, team's fourth.
That'll send Beatty to the free throw line.
He's not been there yet this morning.
Not his favorite place to be, a 35% free throw shooter coming into today's game. Beatty settles in as the Kouts fans making some noise across the way, and he is in and out on the first free throw attempt. A little bit of some conversation going on down here in the lane.
Oh,
I think someone left.
Yeah, I think one of the Kouts players was trying to get in there in rebounding position on the line and did it after the free throw shooter had the ball.
So Beatty now settles in, missed the first one, connects on the second. Oh, so they waved off the first one. Okay, that's what happened.
They called a lane violation because if you step over the three-point line after the free throw shooter has the ball, it's just like stepping into the lane if you're on the lane.
So Beatty gets a gift there. He hits that first free throw. Second free throw off the mark. Rosnowski with the rebound. 3 points now separate the two sides. 2.5 to go. 2 steps away from Indianapolis. So you're trying to get that next step to play tonight. Rosnowski now outside the 3-point line on the right wing. Spinning away from Wheatley. He drives on the baseline, goes outside to Overholt. Now to Kleckner on the near side. With the jab step on the left wing. Now he puts it on the floor. Goes to Rosnowski, top of the key. Long possession, Rosnowski now goes to Miller.
You could tell Coach Duzan told his guys to be a little bit more patient coming down the stretch here. We don't need to be firing up shots in the first 10, 15 seconds.
Miller now on the baseline, behind the back pass to Harper, and he draws the foul.
That's exactly what Coach Duzan wanted. You know, they wasted 30, 40 seconds, got the ball inside, got fouled. They're going to the free throw line after working some clock.
Foster looks like he's going to pick up the foul.
His second.
And Harper, just shy of a 70% free throw shooter, 69% on the season. First free throw hits the side of the rim to the right. No good. Trying to make it a 2-possession game inside 2 minutes to go. Harper settles in. Missed the first attempt. Second one fires. Does not hit the mark. Tipped around. Olam's got it. Now the Golden Bears going to push. Olam on the right side. Lost his dribble. Pushes it out to Wheatley. Wheatley to Morgan. Morgan directing. Guarded by Kleckner out near the half-court line. Now he'll approach the three-point line as he drives to the left side. Stops on the baseline. Tries to lean in, but a travel call.
Switched his pivot foot there. You know, normally if he steps through and keeps that step-through foot down and just goes up for a shot, he'd be good. I thought he drug his back foot, which in result was a travel.
Spagna now checking in for Rosnowski. Appreciate everybody listening here this morning to our first game. And a timeout.
I didn't catch who called the timeout.
We're going to get it here. I think it's going to be Monroe Central, I think.
Yeah, I believe Monroe Central called timeout here.
So it is going to be Monroe Central. It's a full timeout. That will be their third timeout. They will have 2 remaining, 1:30 and 1 full for the Golden Bears. But, Drew, would you expect anything else? A 3-point game, everything's on the line. You're 2 steps away from Indianapolis. This is the kind of game you would expect to see.
Yeah, and this is what, you know, as coaches, you know, this is what you want your teams to come out and do. Just play your game, play hard, do things the right way, and then you can put yourself in a position to win, the first round of a semi-state game and hopefully play tonight. And both of these teams have done that. You know, they're both in a position to potentially win a morning game and have an opportunity to play tonight for a semi-state championship and a ticket down to Bankers Live Fieldhouse. You know, we got a minute and a half left, and we'll see where this takes us.
And for both sides, you don't get to a game like this just by luck and bouncing your way. You got to put in the work. Yes, there's some luck into it, figured into that equation, but both sides have worked hard. The Golden Bears were down by 11 points at one point and came storming back to get it back within a 1-possession game.
Yeah, when you get to this point of the season, every team's really good. The records don't matter at all.
Oh, they don't matter.
So, I mean, this is the epitome of that right now. And so, yeah, I'm really excited for this last 90 seconds of this game.
Lineups are unchanged for other side as Overholt will leave it to Kleckner. He'll bring up the floor, and Foster going to greet Overholt in the back. But it looks like the Golden Bears going to set up a trap here on the far side. Kleckner works it to Harper, swings it outside to Spagna. Here comes a trap for him on the far side, right corner. And a reach and foul, I believe, called on the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Monroe Central came out there in like a 1-2-2 half-court trap, 2-1-2 half-court trap look. And Kouts kind of played right into their favor. They kept it on the sideline, so they were getting a hard trap. And then there was technically 3 guys, 2 defenders, and a sideline there, and they just lucked out that there was a foul called on a reach.
And for the first time today, a team is in the bonus in this morning game. Is Spagna to the line. The first free throw on the way. It hits the back iron. And Spagna, a 71% free throw shooter, 12 of 17 on the year, leading into that last free throw. Second one on the way. In and out, does not find the mark. Foster tries to throw back in, and he finds Beatty. Beatty's got Morgan, swings up the floor. Morgan leaves it for Ullum. Ullum top of the key.
Coach Klein's trying to slow his guys down here. Let's run some offense. Let's get a really good shot.
Foster, isolation, pull-up jumper inside the lane, does not hit the mark. Goes off the hands of Beatty, and the Golden Bears turn it over.
I think that's the shot that Monroe Central was wanting that just didn't fall, and their coach is calling for a foul. I'm not sure it was there, but I thought they got a good shot otherwise.
These officials are playing let them play with a lot of physicality today. Here comes that trap. Kleckner feeds it to Harper, knocked by Beatty, but Harper, no-look pass. And that's the second time today, and that's what Coach Duzan's saying. No more fancy passes. Be disciplined in your approach.
Yeah, he didn't even look at the guy he was passing to. He kind of just caught it and flipped it down low, and nobody was there to catch it, and Coach Duzan was pleased with him. Hey, look, we got a minute left in the first round of the semi-state. We got to take care of the basketball and make fundamental passes here.
As he corrects the mistake, Harper knows and shakes his head. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt the Mustangs. Beatty hangs it off, hands it off to Ullum. Ullum on the right wing. Uses that screen to the left. Now he works to the top of the key. Leaves it for Foster outside the half-court line. Now he drives from the right wing. In the baseline, throws it back in. Miller's got the basketball. No call underneath. And the Golden Bears are beside themselves as Kleckner up the floor. Kleckner, Ullum trying to foul. Goes to Harper. Beatty is done for the day.
As you would expect, as a kid fouls out in a big moment like this, the emotions are going to start to fly for him. Hopefully he can, take a seat on the bench and be a good teammate for his team here for the last 26 seconds.
If you're Tayshawn Beatty, yes, you're out of the game. You're a junior. You still got one more year left. But this young man, his job's not done yet. He, like you said, you can still lead from that bench.
Yeah, and, that's what, their coaches are probably trying to remind him, like, hey, we got 30 seconds left. Try to be a good teammate, help your teammates out here.
Duncan checks back in for him. As Harper's first free throw off the back iron. And Kouts, a team that averages 67% from the line, Kenny, is not shooting well here in the second half.
6 of 13 at 46%.
They only missed one free throw in the first half. And since then, 6 of 13. Harper connects on the second. Now it's a two-possession game.
He did a better job on that second shot. He took his time. He took his dribbles. He got set, and then he went up with a little bit slower pace than he did on that first shot.
So the Mustangs will take a full timeout. They will have 3 timeouts remaining. It's a two-possession game. The Golden Bears have the basketball.
3 timeouts.
3 timeouts. They've used 2. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining.
So, yeah.
So there should be 3 and 2.
I gotta reset this.
3 for Kouts, 2 for Monroe Central remaining.
There we go.
There you go. Kenny's getting click happy over here. Got to work the bugs out for the next one.
I got it's backwards on this one than what we're normal.
Oh, well.
So, and I thought I had it.
Appreciate Drew Mawson joining us today. We will have the next game with Triton and Clinton Prairie after this one, as both schools are ready to go, so there won't be much of a break.
I don't know.
I don't know if you want to play anybody right now. If somebody says you want to go to that next game.
As a Triton fan, who would you want to go? Which team would you want to play against?
I think at this point, if I'm Coach Groves, I just want our guys to come out in this next game, do things the way we want to do it the right way, and just try to get to tonight, and then we'll worry about
it. Yeah, you got to worry about the game you have ahead of you first. But Monroe Central has been hot. The winners have 9 of their last 10. The Kouts Mustangs winners of 7 of their last 9. Foster on the right wing. He drives it up the floor in the lane, kicks it outside. He's got Duncan. Duncan to cut the lead. Doesn't hit. Miller with the rebound. The freshman spins away. And a foul call on the Golden Bears.
Monroe Central did a good job. They got the ball to Foster, isolated him a little bit. He dribble drive, kicked it out to a shooter. Just didn't step into it, I didn't think, in rhythm. And he's just a little bit short, and then Kouts got lucked out and got the rebound.
And they got a good shooter at the line now with Miller. Gets the first one to drop in. And a freshman at this point now puts his lead by 5, a chance to extend the lead to 6. Off the mark, no good, and we're going to get a
lane violation.
So they're going to get one more free throw. They missed that free throw.
Looked like Ullum stepped over the line a little bit too soon. Could be a big free throw here for Kouts if he can make this one.
So Miller a chance, redemption, free throw on the way, tickles the twine. Now it's a 6-point game with 15 seconds to go. Morgan up the floor. Not out of it yet, top of the key. He'll have to fire a 3, forces one up. Off the iron, no good. And Kouts, a foul's going to be on the floor. I think the Mustangs are going to get called for the foul as Foster was pushed underneath the basket.
Yeah, Overholt got a little excited there to get a rebound and maybe end this game. Pushed Foster in the back, and it was an obvious call here. The official's about 3 feet from him, and nobody else was around.
Kouts was coming in today a 19% favorite to win semi-state. And right now in the driver's seat with 8.4 seconds to go to tonight's semi-state championship game. As Foster connects on the first free throw. Harper will check in. As many fans around the state of Indiana know that Reggie Miller scored 8 points in 9 seconds It's a tall order, but a chance to cut it to 5. I don't rule anything out.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure either team has a Reggie Miller out there.
I don't think you do either, but yeah, it takes a special player like that. So Foster connects. And a timeout for the Golden Bears. They take a 30-second with 1 timeout remaining for Monroe Central.
He's trying to set up his defense. He's, explaining to him what he wants in the press and, hey, let's try to get a quick trap. And if we can't get a steal off the inbounds pass, we got to foul right away to try to keep the clock from moving too much here.
Because if you can disrupt this here and get the basketball, get a shot off, 8.4 seconds is an eternity.
Yeah. I mean, you get a steal and a quick shot. The game kind of flows a little bit. It makes the Kouts a little bit more uneasy. They're going to start sitting on the edge of their chairs. So Coach Duzan, on the other hand, he's explaining, hey, let's run this set, get the ball in bounds, be strong with it, make them foul you, let's go make our free throws.
And if you're Kouts, I mean, you want to try to find the ball to get to Kleckner, who's a 76% free throw shooter. They got good guys that can shoot. Harper hasn't quite hit as well down the stretch. He's shooting 4 of 8. Kleckner's 1 of 2, Miller's 2 of 2. And Rosnowski's perfect from the free throw line, so they'll get their free throw lineup out there. So if they get the ball, you've got to make these free throws. Overhold triggers the inbound, goes to Kleckner right off the name. That's how Coach Duzan drew it up. Their best free throw shooter headed to the line for 2.
Yeah, they did a really good job executing their little press breaker there just to get the ball in bounds, got it to the guy they wanted shooting the free throws. And now we just got to see if he can execute his shot and make some free throws.
And Luke Morgan going to pick up his first foul. So Kleckner to the line for 2 big free throws. His team leads by 4 with 7.2 seconds to go. Kleckner rattles the first one home. Spagna will check in for Harper. And Harper comes off some relief. That no-look pass almost haunted him. But counts now. It's free throw potentially to propel them to tonight's game. Second one finds the mark.
Silky there.
Didn't even catch the rim. Duncan going to go to Foster. Foster got the force up the floor. Foster on the way. Right wing 3, heaves one, doesn't connect, and Kouts is going to advance as they continue to dance here in the state playoffs. As they win here 50-44, they will await the winner of Triton and Clinton Prairie here tonight at 8 o'clock.
Kouts, you could just tell throughout the game they've been here more recently. They have some upperclassmen that have been through the ringer, and they just stayed composed and did things, executed down the stretch, and just got him the 6-point win.
St. Joseph shatters school record for points in the game with a 115-81 win over McConaughey just up the road in Logansport in that 3A semi-state game.
Holy cow.
Wow. Go, Kenny, our first half stats.
Yep.
Or second half stats.
Final stats.
Final stats, whatever you want to go with.
So for Kouts, shot 12 of 25, 11 of 18 free throws, 5 of 12 on the three-pointers, 17 turnovers, 7 assists, 7 steals, 5 assists, and 30 rebounds. For Monroe Central, 3 of 28, 9 of 11, 3 of 21, 13 turnovers, 7 steals, 5 assists, 28 rebounds. Leading scorers for the Golden Bears, Morgan with 14, Olam with 10, Foster with 9, and Beatty with 7, and Kunkel with 4. For your Kouts team, Ranowski there stepped it up there, big 13, Klecker with 10, Garrett with 6, Harper there down there at the 8, Miller with 5, and Spagna with 4.
So we're going to hang it up here for this broadcast. We're going to get set for our game next. Tune in for that one as Triton will play Clinton Prairie. We're going to switch streams and be back on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.